let's go ahead and get into it. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usual sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, I should also mention, in this game, you have like 2 moms in this game. So, representation, we love that. Oh my gosh, and there's also this really one important thing in here that I love so much. Eventually you get to like say like sexuality and stuff like that, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I love it so much. I love that that's incorporated into this, you know. But yeah, during the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. Here's our first option. Okay, you didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyways. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. I would say as a kid, I was probably really anxious as a kid. So I'm gonna choose this one. Oh yeah, and it has different colors and stuff like that. I forgot what the colors mean. But obviously this is gonna be like more than like a one-time thing, so I'll get to tell you guys. I'll tell you guys maybe like in the next one or something what this means, because I really don't remember. But there's different colors for each one, and each color means something different. I just skipped over that. They still smiled at you anyways, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever, or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So, for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your moms had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. Okay, you hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. I mean, I feel like both of these is cool because, like, if you really don't feel comfortable, then why put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, even if you're a kid, you know? But then this one, I was always kind of taught, like, don't talk to strangers, kind of, and stuff. And this is kind of saying, like, don't talk to strangers, but some people actually can, like, assist you and things like that. So, like, let's say you're out in public or something like that, and some rando is coming up to you, and they're just, like, trying to talk to you and stuff, and you're like, whoa, you're a stranger, I don't know you, I'm not about to talk to you. That's fine, that's acceptable and stuff. But let's say it's like you're in a situation or something like that, and you're lost or you need help or something like that, and a police officer or something comes up to you and like, hey, can I help you and stuff. That's a different situation, you know? So and you don't know the police officer. This is just some random police officer on the street, but they're hopefully trying to be helpful. So I'm probably gonna choose this one. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. Facts. Who are you sitting on my porch? But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. I'm choosing this one because what are you doing on my porch? For real, like, I don't know you, sir. Get off of my porch. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes met and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting into the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. Hey! Hello? Can I assist you? His voice startled you and made you jump, but still, you didn't look at him. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way towards you. Hold on, bruh. Hold on. First of all, you come sitting on my porch. My porch. And then you see me and you want to all of a sudden strike up a conversation? Sir, you are a grown man. I don't know you. I'm a kid. I don't know you, sir. Please. Where is my mama? What is going on? Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Fuck no, we're not choosing that. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Honestly, if I'm thinking about this like from a kid's point of view, it would either be this one or this one. I mean, some kids might do that, but I feel like this one would be more reasonable for a little kid, you know? Like a 6 to 10-year-old. If you're more up on like the 10-year-old side, then maybe you would do this because you know some 10-year-olds are feisty. But like, if you're on the younger side, you'll probably freeze like, oh shit, my mom's not here. My sister's not here. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, what's going on? This man is just coming up to me. Like, you know? Sorry, can I help you? Hold on. Oh shit.
Oh yes, Daddy.
I'm sorry. Yeah. He kinda fine, y'all. Oh. I told you I played this game before too. So, but he's fine, okay? Do you live around here? What's your name? You looked the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. I live right there. My name is Hazika. You continued to say nothing. I say I live right there because I don't know your name. You don't need to tell me. I don't know your name. And I'm not about to tell you mine if you ain't tell me yours. You know what I'm saying? Even from like a kid perspective. That's great. He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. What is he trying to do? I probably peek like a mug. I'm sorry. Why is there money? Y'all, I gotta entertain y'all somehow. Like, I told y'all I played this already, but but still. I love this game, so I don't mind playing it again, you know? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove, who's about your age. Cove. That seems like a strange name for an actual living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was a pretty cool name. As a kid, none of this probably would have been an option for me. But I probably would have been like, Cove? What kind of name is Cove? You know? Like, I wouldn't have said it out loud, but in my head I would have been like, that's pretty strange. Like, you know? But definitely the kind of name someone like this guy would give their kid. We moved in across the street. See? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic "For Sale" sign was finally gone. You must be Hazika Crescent, right? How the fuck? Oh, I was about to say, how do you know my name? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him. So, see, what did I say? Okay, so we're 8. So if we're 8, then, you know, we're literally in between the ages that I said, 6 to 10. So 8 years old, you know, depending on how we feeling, we might be a little feisty, we might be a little crybaby, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, in the middle. He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corner. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As a kid, like, money was obviously, you know, a thing that I noticed, and it was, like, important and stuff like that, but it wasn't important to me. It wasn't something where I was like, oh my gosh, money, like a $20 bill. I wouldn't be like, wow, and stuff like that. Like, I was just happy to have like $1 or $2, to be honest, like $5 at the max. Like, I was ecstatic about that, but it wasn't like my main focus was money, money, money. Like, oh man, I'm about to grind, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, I got me some money, I could buy me some chips, you know what I'm saying? So like, if I was to get bribed for something as a kid and it was money, like, I probably wouldn't have took it, especially coming from somebody that I don't even know. Like, no, I'm not about to take that money or anything like that. Like, I just feel like it would be wrong. Like, if I was in a kid mindset, even now, like, if this was me older and he came up to me and was like, oh, hey, I want you to be friends with my son or something like that, I give you like this amount of money for you to do it. Like, no, because what if I meet your son and I don't like him at all? Then it's like, I just took your money, but I still refuse to to be his friend. I don't want to be his friend. So yeah. Oh, I also should mention, today I was planning on playing The Sims, but EA, the app, is acting kind of weird right now. It's acting sussy, and so we're doing this, which I totally do not mind this game because I love this game. Like I said, I'm going to say that so many times. I love this game. Like, I literally cried when I got done playing this game. I think it's like 2 years or something ago, and I was bawling. And then 2 years before that, when I first actually got the game, I was like going through something. So I was like, ooh, I was crying, y'all. But like, and I never finished the game like the 2 years before that. So I play this game like, it seems like every 2 years. What's going on? Like, okay, let me get back to it. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you gotta keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. You eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendship? I'm trying to think in a kid perspective. I feel like I think that. Had your moms done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. What'd you say? Want to make a deal? You took the bill, you didn't want the money, you ran away. I don't want your money, bro. No, thank you. Sorry. Let me clear my throat, y'all. Alright. He deflated enough to notice, but not completely.
Are you sure?
Okay, I won't say that because yo, are you sure was good? It won't be so bad, even if it's just for the summer. That'd be enough. That only made this sound more strange to you. Why does it lasting for the summer matter? When it was clear his initial strategy wasn't going to fly, he tucked the bill into a back pocket and changed the request. I get it. You don't have to. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for a normal visit? No money involved. A normal visit sounds fine. Yeah, I want to meet him. Okay, you can do that. I guess. You'd have to ask my mom's. You didn't answer the man. I would go with you'd have to ask because you're a grown man talking to a kid. I don't know. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the sides. Of course, they invited us over earlier, but I'd like to ask you too. Okay, I see you. I see you being considerate. I see you. I see you being considerate, man. Then I guess you can. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Sure thing. I can try. Okay. I'll probably just say okay. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head. Paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Yeah, keep your hands to yourself, even though you're hot. Sorry, y'all. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back and... That's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Hazika. So much. You're welcome. He jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Let's check them hills. Wow, it got dark fast. Step 1. First sight. Okay, this is when we first meet Cove, by the way. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you. Quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You always loved the sea. It was so much fun. You loved to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and the sea serpents you imagined living far beneath the waves. You didn't enjoy the beach all that much, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. I'm not even about to hold y'all up. I love mermaids. I love mermaids. I don't care if people say they're not real or nothing like that. I love mermaids, okay? I love mermaids. The Little Mermaid was my movie. I love mermaids. I don't care. Anybody that disagrees with me can fight me. I love mermaids, okay? I love them. I love mermaids. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you had seen the flash of a shiny mermaid's tail in the distance. And I did. Let me stop. I'm chill. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone. So you glanced around. Oh snap, this just turned into a freaking horror game. Oh, okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. Look at the moon and the stars, guys. That looks so beautiful. Sorry, Cove. I see you. Cove. Don't think I'm forgetting about you. I see you. But I love the moon and the stars. Oh, I love it so much. So much, girl. So much. Okay. Let me see something. Okay. Okay. There was a boy. Oh, I just said that. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. What the hell? Okay. Hey, sorry, I see my cursor. Okay. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, wavy, huge glasses, pink cast, or sad frowns. Deers don't have green hair. But this new boy did. You watched as it fluttered softly around his face in the breeze. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. I'm about to startle him. And then he glanced your way. Oh, I didn't startle him. Okay, cool. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. Hi. Hey, Space Cadet. Are you lost? Just a simple hi, you know? With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his side. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. Oh, he has tears in his eyes. Oh. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shirts. Wow, shirts? Shorts. And his eyes were still shining with a few more. You obviously caught him off guard. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Cove? Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? I met your dad? I'm all-knowing. Lucky guess. I met your dad, I'm not about to lie. He said, oh. So, is this your heel? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. Yep, you can't own a heel. You shook your head. No, this is not my heel, Cove. While doing so, you also picked at a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this heel rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers, too. The night wind was cool, as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? Why'd your family move? I mean, I don't know if his family moved, because, like, I don't think the dad told me that the family moved, you know what I'm saying? I just think that he's here. But I feel like to ask like, why are you here would be rude. But this is an 8-year-old, and 8-year-olds are like blunt than a mug. So I guess it's fine. Oh no! He looks sad. Oh my god. I'm about to make him cry. I'm sorry. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they never stop, his tears started up again with a vengeance. I'm so sorry. My parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. Oh no! The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he puts them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. I'm sorry. Your dad seems kind of nice. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. Stop crying. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry? He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyeballs. Oh, eyeballs. I seen eye and was like, eyeball. No, okay. Start over. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Hazika?
Cove?
Cove? Sorry. Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry, I have to. It will be okay. Now, me, as a kid, if my mama calling me, I'm gonna have to respond back. Like, I'm black, so coming from a black household, if she calling me and I don't respond within a certain time limit, and then she call me again and I still don't respond, it's gonna be an issue. I have to respond. Like, I understand maybe in a different household, you might not have to deal with this and stuff like that, but me personally, I'm gonna have to say something so that she know where I am, because I'm not trying to get in trouble. Cove, I understand you going through something, but if I have to, like, unless I want to go through something and get this ass whooping, or get yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at, bro. He probably gonna be like, oh, this stupid bitch. But I have to. Stretching as you stood, you tilted your head back down to look at Cove. I can't lie to my moms about where you are, you know. And they're gonna tell him. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
Sorry, I still don't want to go. You called out yourself. You waited silently with him. You tried to convince him. There's no convincing this man. He's going through something. He doesn't want to be found. I can be found. But the thing that made me mad was, like, I think if you click this, it's like, oh, we're over here or something like that. Like, no, you could have just said, I'm over here, and left it at that. And Cove wouldn't have been, you know, but it is what it is. Wanting to go home, you raised your own voice. Over here. See, I didn't say he was over here. Look at him. I didn't say you were over here. I said I'm over here, Cove. So get your face together. Fix your face. Fix it. Cove's face soured. He said nothing, but his thoughts were probably pretty nasty at that moment. Cove's dad. Ooh. Okay. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hills. Sorry. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Hazika, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check for Cove, and then we heard what happened earlier when you met the neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? I ain't saying that. That'd get me in trouble. We're okay. Don't worry. Cove didn't want to go home just yet. No, we were just sitting in the grass. We're okay. Don't worry. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. You shrugged. Yes, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Hell no. Don't say that. He's new here. It was okay. Finally letting go of his Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Kazika knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. Bye, boy. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounds like words. That's smart as fuck. I couldn't say that as a kid, but that's funny though. I might. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Okay, choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. So this is how I feel towards Cove. You can't choose this until like you choose like you have a crush on him, and then in later ones you can choose that. I'm not choosing this right now at all though, because I don't even know this man, you know? I don't know. Can you do nervous spawn? I don't know. I'm not indifferent towards him. But I still don't know him, so maybe like nervous spawn. I'll probably do that. You won't be able to change it again until step 2. That's fine. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out today. Oh shit, I said today again. Excited to see your new friend again, Hazika? You nodded, smiling slightly.
How sweet.
How sweet. I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. I don't know, am I? Your bowl was entirely empty, so you nodded. Yeah, I'm done, bro. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Hazika, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. What? Hey, Crescent family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Mr. Holden. Cove looked at, I knew his name. I wanted them to say it first. I didn't want to be like, oh my god, Mr. Holden. Like, no, I wanted you guys to figure it out too, you know what I'm saying? ASMR. Can y'all hear that? Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him, and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Oh, look at Cove. Cute. Do you want to see my room?
Okay.
Let's go.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, pulling out your chest. Ooh, thick. Thick. Puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. Look at my treasures. Ooh, guys. There were lots of stuffed animals. Yes, stuffed animals. I love stuffed animals so much. Guys, I love stuffed animals. I'm a grown ass adult and I love me some stuffed animals, okay? I love stuffed animals. Okay. A cool bed and a window to look out. Yay! And I still got books to this day. Look, books over here. Yes, we love to see it, don't we? Yes, we do. Look at this little penguin or whatever that is. That looks so cool, don't it? Of course it does. It looks amazing. And then my drawings on the walls and stuff like that. Listen, Cove, I get you are the center of attention right now, but let's take a chance to admire my room, please. Thank you. Okay. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Oh, thank you. Me too. I drew that. Thank you. I don't. Thank you. Just say thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on your wall. You started to feel a bit anxious. You felt the atmosphere was kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. I hope he liked my room. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hope he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on a teeny box of beach things you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box to the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. Yeah! You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like shill off. He actually meant it. Oh, shill off. Ah! Shill off is coming over. Shill off? I'm pretty sure I'm not saying his name right, but it is what it is, you know? My sister's friend. He wants to, meet you. Do I have to see him? It'll be okay, I think. Here, I found this shell in a log and you pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you got each one and holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of funny stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit. but you kept going as best as you could. Yeah, I guess that. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled to him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Well, I specifically told him that I know his name because I met his dad, so I would hope that, like, he could kind of put, like, 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, I see you, I got you, my dad talked to you, or you met my dad, and boom, boom, bow, bow, pow, that's how you know my name, Cove, yes. I mean, but I could be wrong. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room ready for Shilov's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great. Okay, but be careful. You should have asked. Shit. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I was a kid. I mean, probably say great, I guess. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken out loud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shiny. I think this one is the best of them. That's my favorite too. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You can take it. I don't know. Let's save. I really don't know. I usually pick this one. But I'm trying to figure out, cause like I feel like some kids would be like, that's my favorite one too, or they would say like, I like another one, I can show it to you, and stuff like that. Let's see. You reach into the box to take out the one you preferred. Cove looked on with interest. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person had knocked, he figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. He like, this stupid bitch. I don't want this man to come over here. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? My bad, y'all. I was getting me something to drink. I mean, I got my drink right here, but like, I ain't trying to ASMR it up in here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that. Let me put my glasses back on. I'll be like, what do your glasses gotta do with anything? Listen, man, I took them off. Okay, I took them off. Because I wanted to. I don't know. This isn't a good idea. I'm sorry, but there's nowhere to go. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room. His eyes met. What the fuck? His eyes wide and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? Shiloff is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloff's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea, let's go. Do you want to break your other arm? Even I don't jump out of any of the windows here, and this is my house. The distance from the first floor living room wasn't far, but you could tell it made Cove nervous anyways. He touched the cast on his arm. The wind had clearly released from his sails. I don't want to break any more bones. I don't think anyone wants to. Yeah. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. I feel the same way. I really do. I feel the same way with certain people. I'd be like, please, I don't want to meet new people, please. You comforted him. I'm gonna comfort him. You're right. Meeting new people is really hard. I'm sorry. He's frustrated. He's like, bitch, I didn't want you to sympathize with me. Thanks. Shiloff poked his head in the living room. Where is my sister? We're not friends with him. It was impossible to know for sure if he heard what you've been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi.
Hi, Hazika. And hi, Cove. Get the fuck out. Move. My freaking screen thingy. A mouse? Wow. Can you talk? Like what? Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Shiloff. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Right. I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Awesome. Can I do it too? Cove shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. You held out a recent find to Cove, a scallop shell that had washed up on the shore. It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Oh, look at Shiloff blushing. Shit. Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
I like those colors too. They are better colors. Not sure how to deal with the sudden, more awkward silence. You looked back at your shells. I like those colors too. Yeah. And he said awesome. Both of them smiled. Look at y'all. Ah! Okay. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloff to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloff didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know.
Aw.
Okay. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach. Probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of a park, and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloff jumped up besides him in excitement. Really? You do? You do too, right, Hazika? The park is fun. I love it. The park is pretty great. No, the park is pretty great. Yeah, It's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it would be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging out on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Hazika, Shiloh! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. She gestured wildly with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom says you're Hazika's age.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the island of ancients. Be careful that the Odis don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him. Yeah, they're really bad. You interjected quickly, hoping that Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Hazika in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down at the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up a conversation with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort at how weird she thought Cove was at something else entirely, you don't really know, but she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird, Cove. Take a seat, put your feet up, and get used to it. You offered him a small smile, and that, at least, looked to reassure him some. Okay, for the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch in the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. Alright. You could chill a little bit. You could chill with the really liked. Like, you could say I liked him. But about that really like, I don't know about that. Golly, I don't know about that, bro.